Okay, let's start by knowing the rule of how to differentiate a logarithmic function, natural log function. Okay, let's assume that we are given a y is equals to ln u, and we are told to find the derivative of y. The derivative of y is equals to 1 over u multiplied by derivative of u. You understand what I'm saying? That is, we are going to take the inverse of the function of the parameter that is here. We are going to take the inverse and then differentiate the parameter that is here and multiply it with the inverse. That is how to find the derivative of a logarithmic function. Okay, let's assume that we are told to differentiate y is equals to ln x. The derivative of y is equals to ln x can be dy all over dx is equals to, don't forget the rule, we are going to first take the inverse of the parameter that is here, and if you compare this question with this question, you can see that u is equals to x. So I'm going to have the inverse of x, which is 1 over x, multiplied by the derivative of x. And if you find the derivative of x, this will be 1 minus 1 multiplied by 1. You understand? So dy all over dx is equals to 1 over x. So the derivative of ln x is equals to what? 1 over x. That is what? Example 1. Okay, let's move to example 2. When we are told to find the derivative of y is equals to ln 2x squared plus 5. Don't forget the approach. U is equals to what? U is equals to 2x squared plus 5. The derivative of u, which is u prime, is equals to what? 4x. So according to logarithmic differentiation rule, I told you that we are just going to take the inverse of the parameters that is here. So I'm going to have the derivative of y is equals to 1 over the parameters that is here is what? 2x squared plus 5. So this will be 2x squared plus 5 multiplied by the derivative of u. The derivative of u is what? 4x multiplied by 4x. So the derivative of y is equals to 4x all over 2x squared plus 5. So okay, we have another work example. Okay, recall that when I have natural log of ab, this can be written as what? Natural log of a plus natural log of what? B. You understand? So now let us proceed. If y is equals to natural log of the product of 3x squared sine x, we are going to have y is equals to natural log of 3x squared plus natural log of sine x. You understand? So now it is easy to find the derivative of y like this. Okay, let's proceed. Don't forget that according to this formula, I told you that you are going to take the derivative of the parameters in the bracket and then multiply it by the inverse of the parameters in the bracket. You can see I have u in the bracket here. I take the derivative of u and then multiply by the inverse of u. That's how to find logarithmic differentiation. So I'm going to apply the same rule in this place. The derivative of y now becomes, don't forget that the parameters in the bracket in this bracket is what? 3x squared. So I'm going to first take the inverse of 3x squared. The inverse of 3x squared is what? 1 over 3x squared. So I'm going to have 1 over 3x squared multiplied by the derivative of 3x squared is what? 6x, using the power rule. So I'm going to have multiplied by 6x. You understand? Let me put all in the brackets plus. Now for this, I'm going to take the inverse of the parameters inside this bracket. The inverse of sine x is what? 1 over sine x. So I'm going to have 1 over sine x multiplied by, then the derivative of the parameters inside the bracket, which is sine x. If you take the derivative of sine x, you are going to get what? Cos x. So I'm going to have cos x in this place. You understand? So let's proceed. The derivative of y is equals to 6x all over 3x squared plus cos x all over sine x. Now you can still proceed to reduce this. Don't forget that sine x all over cos x is equals to tan x. You understand? So I go on from the basic trigonometry. Sine x over cos x is equals to tan x. However, this is cos x all over sine x. So this is the inverse. Cos x over sine x is the inverse of tan x. So I'm going to have derivative of y is equals to 6x all over 3x squared plus 1 over tan x. And 1 over tan x is also the same thing as what? Cot x. That is cotangent x. That is, I'm going to have derivative of y is equals to 6x all over 3x squared plus cot x. You understand? So the derivative of y is equals to natural log of the product of 3x squared and sine x is what? 6x over 3x squared plus cot x. Thank you.